But Colossal Gaming, I mean, sometimes chemistry is just all it takes to really make the difference.
Exactly that. It really does. I mean, you've nailed it, really. I mean, the more experienced roster, absolutely ANR, but the more experienced players, Colossal Gaming. This is a really tough one to call, to be completely honest. I think that we went the way that we unanimously for ANR, but at the same time, this is not out of the question for a potential upset here when it comes to Colossal Gaming. I'm looking over at event.brawlstars.com right now. I'm on 1,000. I think I've actually, do I have my spray? I think I might even, I'm very close to having my spray. I know 800 I'm at. So I'm doing, what was it, 1,000? I think I'm at 1,000. I'm storming it either way. I've got 100% right all day long.
I'm proud of you.
Trying to come in. Thank you, Teddy. That's what I was waiting for. Just needed to hear it. The bands, Petty, Stu, and Russ for Colossal on the side of ANR. We've got Russ, Otis, and Gray.
All right, a Janet first pick from Colossal Gaming. We saw earlier how valuable that brawler can be. This time around, it's going to be played in Gem Grab, and I really don't mind it on Crystal Arcade. It's quite versatile here as well. Oh, already ANR going to be hitting us with the Sam, and God, Sam has been a problem lately. Maybe not as much at the top of the top, especially on the EMEA side of things, where, you know, we usually don't love the tankier brawlers as much as other regions, but it's been a pretty consistent problem, and I hope Colossal Gaming are ready to find some sort of a way to deal with it, because they really need to do so, and already at the drafting stage of things.
But I love the strategy as well, you know, banning out Otis and picking Sam, which would have been like a fantastic counter to have. Fat Splatter, be able to show him up in the bush and then to mute him out and just really keep cycling that over and over. Great stuff so far from ANR. Crow, I think it's a great thing to have here, especially if they can start to combine some wall-breaking ideas. They banned out the Ruffs, but they could bring in a Brock later on down the lines in that final pick if it makes sense to do so. Janet, though, is always going to be a good one. Ash going to come in to really kind of match that Sam idea on that lane, I imagine, there. But as we've seen already today, it's a bit of a tight matchup when it comes down to those two ideas. And let's see where they're going to be heading now with this third and final pick here, realistically. I mean, yeah, I do like some aggressive ideas to be able to really kind of go against the Sam, but I think just put the Ash on it, if I'm being completely honest. Have something of range to really have as a potential to counteract their third and final pick and go from there.
Yeah, the thing is, it is going to be forcing those picks, right? Having that Sam early on, that forces out the edge, that forces out a brawler like B to try to deal with it. I'm assuming then that the B will be played out in mid and we'll see Janet on lane, but that is still not entirely certain either, to be completely honest, as there might be a chance that they try to kind of follow around the Sam. We'll see how exactly they want to execute that, but B mid would be much more standard, and that leaves things open for a potential final mid pick on the side of ANR, unless they want to be running the Crow mid, and it's looking like Crow mid then, because Carl seems like a better lane to me.
Yeah, exactly that. And this makes me a bit worried about the Crow. I mean, surely you're going to get some good shots when the players do go in for the gems, but without any wall break, really, to be seen, you can just kind of sit in that middle area and just kind of, like, you know, use the car pickaxe if you want to just deflate the situation. I definitely feel like the Janet is going to be played on the lane side for sure and placing down the drop of the base, and realistically then there's going to be little places for a brawler like Sam to follow, but then you can be placing the Janet onto the Sam. Let's see where they want to go effectively here. They're going to have the Carl onto the Ash, Carl into the mid, and Janet onto the Sam. I mean, I don't mind it, but they're going to have to be working a great field to really double down, which is what they are with the B and the Janet. In the meanwhile, it's going to be actually ANR who clear up the left-hand side lane, so very similar ideas on both sides. And a bit of an aggressive start for both teams, really.
Yeah, the difference is ANR were able to just snatch a couple more gems in the process. Alex going to be clearing out as much utility as he can. Doesn't really find more than just the break of the gadgets there. And so far, it's a big chance here for Philip to build up some better mid presence and find some more connections as well. And right now, Alex, he's being harassed all along. Did manage to push Same back just a little bit, and is constantly going to be healing up with his super. And that means that he is a constant threat on that right lane. Is able to dodge the charge shot as well. And Same is still trying to deal with him, and eventually Alex does get the kill, but a bit of an awkward placement for that glove, and eventually Philip will manage to catch him and are trying to catch up gem-wise, and they're doing a pretty fine job at that. That's going to be 6 now, and they're all evened out.
Some insane interactions between Philip, Same, and Alex there as he came off the spawn. Philip with a great slow, perfect in time, realistically, to really capitalize on the situation. And the Same took to the skies just as we were going to see the gadget being used by the Sam. It just cancelled the whole thing out. Now with 8 gems in the pocket into the mid, 9 now for Philip. You've got to play this last one very cautious. Nob's got super. Alex going in now aggressively. Couldn't quite connect with the gadget as well. Nob going to really take down this left-hand side lane. Beautiful stuff from him, but now Philip will start to punish the idea. He'll get some consecutive taps, and Same with the follow-up. Great stuff, honestly, there from Colossal, but can they keep this countdown?
Jump in from Rama and immediately gets shut down. That is going to be the team wipe for Clay.
I liked a lot of the ideas that were being put into play by ANR. But they're just going to be a bit careful in this right-hand side lane. It just seems to me that Same and Philip are very, very much aware and keeping with the idea of let's just really work together in synergy to get these pinches. Let's deal with the Sam and then focus on everything else. And it's working out great. But now Philip very, very low here. I want to see a bit more from Rama this game. It's a bit tough for him because you can't really go on the assassination approach as much as you would probably like to here. Despite being the gem carrier, I mean, I just don't know whether I agree with that decision. Ideally, you want to be able to go in on those bees and just try to get them when they're low and come back with some good speed of trouble. But they are starting to work this right-hand side a bit better for me now, although Philip and Same are still getting the upper hand.
Eventually, Rama is pushed out of the mid. A nice pickup from Nob. Nob looking for the second, and he will certainly find it. Doesn't even get traded out by the Rat Seeder. Same looking to reset the heals, and Nob catches him. And wow, that is just incredible from Nob, just single-handedly destroying the entire structure from Colossal Gaming and locking in that countdown for ANR. Beautiful stuff from him on the call.
Same takes to the skies, looking to try to keep everyone low, and he's doing a pretty decent job of it. Oh, Philip coming through from beneath as well, but can they get the takedown? They do get one. 3 gems down. Rama can't really contest this, but a great stone toxin for his troubles. Can Nob trying to close the gap here? He's got flying hook, surely, but he doesn't even need it. Goes in. Oh, they managed to secure a bit of a turnaround here, but can they keep this going? Honestly, the way the Colossal are playing, I'm surprised they were able to even reset there.
5 seconds left. Colossal Gaming still need a reset, and it's only Same left alive. Not a chance. ANR dying. Untradeable. Absolutely untradeable in this one, and constantly being a threat on his lane. Not leaving Colossal Gaming much of a chance to build up any sort of map control on his lane.
Well, everyone low here, but Same does manage to get the takedown for his troubles, and Rama thought better of it. Oh, but a bit overzealous there and too close to Stell, and shots stung, packed a punch. And it's coming in, throws out Gauntlet, picks it back up now. Trying to keep the healing coming in there. The back of the hearty recovery star power, but yeah, it's that same story. I'm surprised he got 1 takedown there, to be honest, but Philip and Same really are super all over these sides when it comes to Sam, and that's what you've got to have. 5 gems in the pocket as well, and a good amount of presence in that middle area. ANR have got to start to bring this one back a bit.
Alex aggressing the left side, but Philip is ready and able to assist Stell in that takedown. Double the gem count in favor of Colossal Gaming. Now 6 to their name. Stell going aggressive, does get punished for it so far. A big pickup again as Nob strikes and finds a cheeky double for ANR, and that's 8 gems out of nowhere. Suddenly locked in for ANR, and a countdown that does look quite unstoppable here. And Colossal Gaming with the final chance here. Nob is low, but he's dodging as he's done so well so far. Still just can't quite find a range. Does manage to cancel the countdown, but he's going to go down with the gems there too. And Nob is just able to get the countdown secured again. Can Colossal Gaming interrupt it again?
But Alex goes in aggressive, but Same takes to the skies, and this is where we saw the last time the reset. Can they do it twice again? Great jukes from Nob, full HP, and able to dance and dash away. Already exploited, and in gem grab, that's where you start to lose games that you'd like to otherwise win. But moving in to Hot Zone, dueling beetles is the map, and a chance for Colossal to bring things back, or a chance potentially here for ANR to take 2 sets up.
I don't think anyone played bad in that set, really.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that was a bit of a Joker game. really from Nob, able to just really outperform the competition, and his teammates really shine through that opening set. We'll see if he can bring that sort of energy here on Dueling Beetles, as our bans have come true, as well as our first pick. It's going to be a mech joining the action. A brawler that's been getting more and more popular when it comes to Hot Zone. I think you guys mentioned it earlier. It was initially more on Ring of Fire that it was played out by teams like Reply Totem towards the end of last year. Nowadays, it's a bit more present across the Hot Zone map pool. Crow is a decent way of dealing with it because, yes, it's not quite going to have the DPS to shut down the mech, but a slow is going to be very helpful in just, making that process so much easier.
Honestly, if you're struggling in Power League, just pick Meg on any of the Hot Zone maps, and that's what I do, and it works out really well. But I do like the strategy that we're seeing a bit from ANR here as well, banning up the Poco, which would be a great thing to combine with the Meg. But knowing they had first pick, you got to choose one or the other, and I think Meg is the way to go here, especially as the ban on the side of the Colossal was the B as well, which is a great brawler to have against the Meg. So things are working out well for ANR. They've got so much in their pocket for me at the moment. I wouldn't mind an Ems mid here myself. I've got to say, you can really apply a lot of the pressure. Not necessarily the sort of thing we see in the BSC, but one thing that I've been trying out a lot myself, and it gets some good results. So far, though, no wall break on the side of Colossal. They've got the third and final pick, so there's that consideration to have. Janet going to come in for ANR, a bit more of a safer idea, and one that can have a good load of range on those lane sides, so it makes a lot of sense for me. Let's see what they pick on the third side coming in swiftly.
Still a lot of strong brawlers when it comes to control that are available. Potentially something like a Grom could make an appearance, or something a bit more traditional like an Otis, a Max, a Carl. It's going to be a Gus, and that is very much in the same sort of direction here, especially when it comes to Hot Zone. I don't mind it. I think it's a brilliant support brawler that can just offer so much value to his team while winning those 1v1s, while winning his own lane. And we'll see how ANR put that one to work as Colossal Gaming proceed to their third and final pick, the final one of this draft. And it is going to be that Calm that is brought into the action this time around, not on ANR side, but on Colossal's.
I didn't mind the Carl, very aggressive, of course. I was expecting a bit more of a Sprout. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that in EMEA, we haven't really kind of devoted ourselves towards the kind of Brock strat where you just break open your entire south wall and then have so much space to maneuver. And a map like Dueling Beetles, where you got these tight corridors in both the left, right, and middle lane areas. I quite like that strat, but it's not what people are going to be going for here today. I think that if Colossal can make the Carl work as well as Nob did in the previous set, I mean, this could be definitely their set here, but I don't think that's quite necessarily an easy feat. Let's see how these opening moments start and whether they really devote their time on the side of Colossal to just not feeding into Alex. If they give Meg the mech, it's going to be really much a cycle, rinse, and repeat idea here for ANR, with the first to kind of start to tip their way into the zone.
Early mech here unlocked, and that drop to base is going to be a bit of a nightmare for Philip to deal with. Nice little double for ANR, and that's going to be locking in the early control now in the mid. Colossal Gaming need to find some sort of an opening, a Crow slow, but only on Tarama. Not really going to be providing any value, as no one even has any sort of line of sight onto him. So far, it's pretty much going as good as it could be for ANR.
It's the perfect start. It really is. And yeah, giving over that mech so early was definitely not the play. Not going in now, and it's a 3 versus 1, still the last man standing. I don't know whether that's the best time for the turret. I mean, Alex can close the gap now, probably get a swipe on it as well, and he will do just that. Yeah, exactly, and just able to utilize the shield as well. What value was he able to attain off the back of that? 75%, now 80, 20% left, and only 15% made by Colossal in the mid here. It's just not looking good, Teddy.
It certainly isn't. It certainly isn't. So far, ANR looking incredibly dominant in this one. The third set was as much momentum as you can have, and it's all on the side of ANR.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to call this too soon, but unless we see more from Colossal, I mean, you know, I think everyone at home is probably on the same mindset that it just looked very, very convincing. And They can't feed into Alex. Estelle is really doing a great job of that, let's be honest. And one more mech to start things off, and they're going to be able to get in position, hold their own, and before you know it, time is against them here in these moments as well. And they've got to really start to find on the side of Colossal a balance between aggression and time on the zone.
Nicely timed super from Nob as Philip is trying to escape the mess that fight was down in the mid. He doesn't manage to do so successfully. Alex up close, he has that swipe and still knows it's just a matter of time until he gets swiped out of existence. Alex still finding more value, should be getting taken out of the mech, but actually still finds one nearly the second as Same is able to get the kill eventually, but at what cost?
Yeah, it's a good amount of control, isn't it? But Phillips spots the opportunity, gets Roma taken down. Nob obviously able to escape to the skies there, but we'll get... Oh, he's actually found a really nice spot here. Trying to juke his way around. Oh, great, though, from all three members of Colossal to take him out. Let's see here now. Alex didn't quite connect with the swipe, and Philip going to come in now. This is looking better. Looking a lot better for Colossal, and they know it. Starting to really capitalize on these moments and starts to get the pinch on. Great shield, though. Hands over from Roma to Nob, and that's going to allow him to push forward just a little bit here and buy some valuable time.
Still is low HP as well. Alex trying to work his way through this situation. Can't really do anything once Philip starts spinning right next to him. And now Colossal Gaming gonna be taking over the lead, but there is a mech available for Alex, and eventually that barrel is gonna be taken out by Alex as well. The shield on top of the mech makes for quite a powerhouse, and eventually it's gonna be a team wipe in favor of ANR. And now suddenly, with this little time left, they need a quick decision on the side of Colossal regarding how they approach this. Still up close, Rama gets taken out, and that's the team wipe. Colossal Gaming, they may have just brought it back.
They absolutely have, and I just wonder if that shield from Rama had connected with it a little bit. I hope it's not lost here. I don't want to take too much into consideration here, but that was better. Let's be honest, that is the way to start to turn things around, and we could be at the end of this game level here. ANR, though, for me, are the more convincing, but if they miss the mark like that again, it's not the craziest of things to say.
Well, so far, the start is better for ANR, which, considering they don't even have a mech yet, is quite decent mech at last here for Alex. Philip dashing in. Should be taken care of quite smoothly by Alex, and he will do just that. Same also in a tough situation. Still will be next in line to fall. Eventually, that does mean that ANR have full-on mid control, and we're back to disaster on the side of Colossal Gaming. Near 60% lead already, as eventually they stand a chance. But even then, that barrel not going to be lasting for very long. And the lead is just so significantly in favor of ANR.
Well, Alex comes out on top there despite a great deal of splash damage from Stel. Nob takes the skies and gets so much value for his time. I just don't see a way that Colossal turn this one around. I mean, it's going to take a team wipe and nothing but solid mid control now. 8%. The team wipe is there potentially here for Colossal. Surely not, right, Teddy? Like, surely not.
This should not be possible. We've seen it happen before, don't get me wrong. But I don't want to believe in it. I don't want to believe in it. I think ANR closes this one out. Alex has a shield now as well. Philip is still up. I mean,
I don't know.
It's not looking too good for ANR. There's no shot. Now there's one shot. Should be dealing with Stel. This should be doing it. Right? Right? They've been really impressive. Qualifying here in the first place is very impressive, but 2 sets in, they are looking solid, and I feel like the game they dropped earlier in Hot Zone was probably more due to their own mistakes than to Colossal Gaming really pumping off.
Yep, I'd agree. I'd agree with that. The bans are in. Otis, Poco, and Janet banned out by Colossal. Rosa, as the spike gets picked by Colossal. Surge and Poco. Pro coming in to combine with that. It's kind of a very interesting time to go so early in with the spike pick here for me, but Nita is quite a nice one for ANR. I'd be interested to see. I imagine maybe Bear with me, star power for the healing qualities, but combining with that, I wouldn't mind seeing Ems in the mid. I mean, it's a great thing to have. Ideally, maybe even a B or Sam or Ash or something with tanky abilities would be nice as well, especially considering the Otis ban on the side of Colossal and the Poker ban as well. Kind of makes things a bit more straightforward. Jesse, though, was not the pick. I'll be honest, that was not the pick for me, and I don't know how I feel about it. I like Jesse, despite obviously knowing that you and Trav don't, Teddy, but you've been liking Jesse. I'm not sure whether I like her that much to have her in Sneaky Fields, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm somewhat unsure here about the plan. We'll see a Sam brought in, which
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite decent here, don't get me wrong. It's probably the only brawler of their comp that I was really expecting there. And we'll see the Primo to match the energy instead of Colossal, which I do like. I think he has a pretty good matchup overall against Sam, and is, I mean, this is an interesting one. This feels like ladder to me, and I'm not talking about, like, you know, rank 35 sort of ladder.
For me, I just feel like there's other options. Squeak would have been a good shout. Maybe the Max could come in as well. I mean, Ems mid, I mean, I personally love it. It's a big pick out in the APAC region. I just don't really know what I feel about a lot of these brawlers in the way that they're being put together here. Keen's been proven wrong, I think is the best way to put it, but I don't think the Primo should be against the Nita. I mean, you're going to be feeding into Nob so much towards that Bruce Bear, and he's already got it. I mean, takedown is there, Bruce Bear going out, the pass-through from Robert could be there as well. Great gadget use. I think this could be a very swift goal to start things off. Yeah, and it is Bear with me. Great star power to have on Sneaky Fields. I really rate that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a must-have in these sort of maps, Alex. In 1v2, one that he probably could have scored. I think he lost his super there by supering the ball. Oh, no, he did super it true. But, I mean, not exactly in a very accessible position either, to be completely honest. And Bear is going to be placed down. Same does have his super. Maybe a chance there to get up close and personal. Maybe a little bit too far there on that jump. Philip trying to get a hold of the ball. Alex pushing forwards, and that should be the goal at last here from ANR. Madness across the board, but it does seem like ANR are standing out of the pack so far.
Yeah, a bit chaotic. Pretty sure that we could have seen a goal earlier from Alex there, and maybe a few nerves coming into play, but the Jesse tart is kind of working me. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's chaotic, it's frantic, but I kind of like it. ANR moving on there.
From the Sam to pull into the range of the turret, that was quite attractive as a play there from Alex and Ram. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. Let's see if they can make it work again, or if it's going to be going in a different direction this time around. A double kill there from ANR. Same goes down as well, and that is going to be an easy goal there for ANR. 25 seconds in, Colossal Gaming in big trouble because this is already match point for ANR, and they're a goal away from making it to the semifinals.
He plays it from Same, but the ball is going to be cleared away. Alex will be the protector of it as the Bruce Bear coming in to really start to hassle Stell, and only so much you can do about it. Alex with a nice takedown there on Philip, and they can just keep the ball there for the most part. I mean, they've got the goal on the side of ANR. If nothing changes now in the next 1 minute 30 seconds, then they will take this series and move on to the semi-finals. So there's no reason for them to necessarily go over aggressive here, although I'm sure they'd like to tie things up. It does make a little bit of sense to play it a little bit slow and cautious. Good tap, so Same going in, gonna break and then take down on the knob. The ball coming through us as well. And the gadget there from Same. It should be a goal here, surely. It has to be. Colossal will get it. Tying things up with 1 minute on the clock, more or less. Not what ANR wanted here. They're going to have to be able to respond to this.
So far, they have just a little bit more presence in the mid. Same with a big jump in, the double connections as well, and the pass is perfect, but he doesn't go for the shot. Probably out of ammo, but he had his super. I'm assuming his finger was already locked in onto his regular shot, so he kind of choked it there. But that was a game right here, right then.
Yeah, bit of a choke for me. Gotta be honest. I mean, that is a super shot right there to be had. I'm not sure that he didn't realize he had it or not, but a great play. I mean, they made the space, they made the opening. They're starting to make some moments happen for themselves inside the Colossal, and that's got to be said for something. Great takedown there of Alex. Same going in, and Philip had the same idea as well. They could have probably separated a little bit more out there. Someone needed to get the ball. For me, it's probably Philip, but some synergy issues, and can now ANR, with, in my opinion, maybe a better comp to have in overtime. Maybe not, but if they can get it towards the goal in the final moments, they could get a quick snatch here in these moments towards overtime.
Yeah, I'm really not sure who has the better comp here when it comes to overtime. I might even be favoring Colossal just a little bit. Same was a jump in. Alex is going to be burning down. Philip was a super shot, and that one does go in. Dude, ANR still look a little bit better overall to me. Let's see if this is going to be it in 3 sets, or if Colossal can take their first. They got a game in every single set so far. They've yet to lock in the set. This pass to Same. Oh my god. Nom got the ball just about in time, but that was a close goal. Philip should be able to make it work anyways. But man, what a start of the game.
Some definite synergy issues on the side, really, isn't it, of Colossal, but now they're starting to make it work a bit. But that's a great Bruce Bear. What value there obtained by Nob. The Rama's being a bit hesitant with the ball. I don't know about this. This should be a goal for me, realistically, here. Philip jumps in and gets a great amount of value with the Sonic Toxin as well, and the ball somehow now cleared. Same going in. Great aggressiveness, but that was a goal opportunity for ANR if there ever was one.
Yeah, well, it gets turned around. What a chance here for Colossal, and yet it's ANR that are able to capitalize. And again, a goal away from making it to the semifinals, and quite an explosive start there after the ball gets reset. But the kill is in favor of Colossal. Another great super from Sane. The double connection. Rama burning down will survive, but it will take so long to reset. And in the meantime, Colossal Gaming were able to build quite a bit of mid control. Alex trying to make something happen there against Philip, but Philip is going to be respecting the Sam and giving him the space that he should be allocated to. Oh my goodness. Nob still somehow manages to keep hope up alive here for ANR on the defensive side. Still low HP, does get the pickup. 40 seconds left, and this is looking like it might just go to overtime again.
For me, Colossal should have won this set already. There was a moment there when we saw Rama very low on the left-hand side. Philip could have jumped in, pushed the ball forwards, and there was only Alex on the far right-hand side to contest it. It would have been a goal. It would have been the end of this set, but we're not there now. As the push coming through from ANR, the Bruce Bear's going to take a lot of these shots, allowing a bit more healing on the side of both Nob and Rama. Turret as well, they could potentially heal up in the mid if they wanted to, if they're running that particular star power. Just the eventuality of going into overtime, which I think is pretty likely, let's be honest. If Alex can get the ball, though, a super shot is going to be imminent here for ANR.
Positioning is key when it comes to those early overtimes, especially if you are a slight underdog. The charge shot, and it's perfectly placed.